Yeah, we on Boss Talk TV. Shout out to E. He the reason you see me.
Ain't Walka. Walka, you know ain't Walka.
Ain't Walka. Oh no, so I know ain't Walka. Ooh wee. I know ain't Walka. I know ain't Walka.
I'll drop next month. January, yeah.
Wow. Hey, man, guys, make sure you guys check out the channel, man. Like, subscribe. Man, I guess I missed this. I had seen it. I was like, man, I got to say something about it. Sauce Walka run into one of his just childhood friends, somebody he probably went to school with, knew him as A-Walk. And I thought that was live. I mean, and especially with the gesture that was being done, basically, giving back and just trying to help out the community. I think a lot of times people, they get so caught in the sauce that they forget about the things that, that really, really matter. And this is one of the things that I had to, capture, because we capture so many other things. But, I don't know if you guys ever had a friend or somebody that was down on their luck. And I think that's something that you got to be really, really aware of, that God put you in certain positions to see what you're going to do. A lot of times you hear people speak on faith without works is dead, and they take it out of context. But when you look at the book of James, it pretty much is saying, faith without works is dead, but it tells you if one come to you that's naked, would you not clothe them? So when the situation presents itself and you supposed to move on something because you are at a position that you could help, what are you going to do with that situation? I think that's the thing we got to look at. When that situation comes to you and it presents itself that you need to help one, what are you going to do? So at the end of the day, to see, Sauce out here doing what he's doing, giving back. And then, like I said, his friend was so excited. And it's one thing about a friend, these things can go so many different ways, man. A lot of times the devil try to creep up in one's mind and try to find ways to pretty much keep you at a place where you just pretty much hating, or you coming up with a way to kill, steal, and destroy. But then when you got a good heart, you know what I'm saying? You see your partner this and came up, he helping you, you see him in a good place. You hear this dude say, man, I'm proud of you, man. I'm proud of what you done accomplished. Because there's so many people, they don't give you your roses when they are so busy trying to bring you down. They don't even give you roses when they do have opportunity to. So for me to see his childhood friend, I didn't get his name or nothing, but to see this guy, so excited. And I knew you, man. I done had that. And when a person run up on you that you used to know and they see you now and they see you shining, what are you going to do? How are you going to react? How are you going to respond? Is it going to be a genuine place in your heart for that? A lot of classmates, a lot of people jump in my inbox, tell me how proud they are of what they seeing in Boss Talk, or man, I never would have thought, or man, I always knew you would be. And how are you responding to the people that reach out? Sauce Walka took it upon himself to do the right thing. Hugged this guy hugged him out. You know what I'm saying? Homeless guy. I don't care if he ain't, man could be done, not took a bath and all kind of stuff and ain't had the right resources, but gave him a genuine hug, man. That's when you touching the streets. That's when you're not out of touch with reality. I think a lot of times people get out of touch with reality and they don't want to look at things from a place where, hey, man, this here is something that, look here, bruh. Man, I'm in the streets with these dudes still. I give back. Nipsey was one that did that. So much so that, he lost his life, in the midst of his situation. But we can't negate the fact that he was giving back a lot of time in those communities, at those stores, giving people inspiration, and that's the cold part about it. Like I said, I love the fact of what I'm seeing and what Sauce did, how he responded to this guy. And I could not do Boss Talk and not talk about the realness of, Annie, a true Texas hard head, when it come down to what he represent. So, you know what I'm saying? I'm with it. I'm all the way live with it, man, when it come down to something like this, because I've been there and I definitely can appreciate that. And he did the right thing and he's doing the right thing when it come down to that. One thing he said, if you didn't really, I want you to get this, man, because he's working. So he says that he got something that's dropping in January. I can't wait. I always look forward to his releases. The same thing about any of the guys that's releasing new music. And if you got that new music, man, make sure you send it over to me. Just did something with Pow Wow on his new album, just released. So it's like, man, I love seeing the work ethic of these guys, man. That's the most important thing. We got to keep that unity in the community. Then we got to keep working. And so I think that's another icing on the cake. I think pretty much Sauce is working. He worked last year. He kept on doing what he supposed to do to stay in the limelight. He also is looking at a strip club here. I see him throwing his weight around with that strip club. The boy had on a whole helmet, hiding his brain. You know, like he was one of them dudes off the what was it? It's not Avengers, that other Magno. These dudes, Magneto. Listen, let me tell you something, man. You got to get creative in this space when it comes down to the internet. What are you? If you are influenced, or if you somebody who really been working, and you from way back you was already doing your thing, and now you're trying to figure it out, man. Check some of these youngsters out. These youngsters stay in the limelight doing something. They not holding back, man. When it come down to like the Sauces, when it come down to like even the Soldier Boys and all these different people, they keep something going. These boys, these guys gonna stay on this internet doing what they supposed to do, popping out where they supposed to pop out. And I think that's the way it's supposed to go, man, when you're out here pushing projects and stuff. So you got to figure that part out, you know. Are you loud enough in your space? You know, there's a few guys that popped out in 2024. In 2025, I want to see more. Who gonna pop out? Who gonna do what's supposed to be done? Who gonna get that, you know, that pretty much people to see what they're about, and then give them some music with that, and it's up. Like, that's the whole game. Like, you show them this, but you're getting them ready for that. And I think that's what people don't understand about when it comes to the music now. It ain't just about, and it's always been that way, but you had somebody helping you project that. Now being on an independent level, or if you got a distribution deal, you got to take this stuff in your own hand and figure out ways to process it and push it. Boosie, another one. Boosie know that. Boosie figured that out. There's certain dudes you can tell they figured it out when it's time for a project to release. These boys be on it, man. A lot of people done shied back, man. They too real. So at the end of the day, they don't know how to even, you know, pretty much give people, hey, man, I got something coming, and it's got to be, you know, and it's fire, but I'm going to show you this, but I'm finna give you something. And I think that's the thing we got to remember in this day and time when it come down to the way people delivering these projects, man. It's a bunch of people. Shout out to my boy Lil Kiki. He got something supposed to come. I talked to DeRoe. DeRoe said he got some on the way as well. It's some work going down, man. People working, bro. And I think that's the dopest thing when you got people out here working. I get these calls and I get these emails and I get these different situations where people shout, hey, man, I'm for the drop. And I love to hear that, because at the end of the day, they tell me the motion's still going. You know what I'm saying? If it's a project, if it happen, these boys getting down. And at the end of the day, that's what we got to keep going. We got to keep pushing the narrative, man. Can't wait to see what this year bring when it come down to the music. I'm looking for, the dopest. Who gonna have that big hit this year? Get in the comments. Let me know who you guys think. And shout out to Sauce Walka again, man, for that dope, you know, gesture, that friend from old that pops up that may not be in your situation and you still do the right thing by them. But going back to what I was just about to say, man, who you guys think this year gonna come up with something that's gonna be like, man, that big hit, you know, that one, Glorilla did it at once upon a time. There's been a whole bunch of them, man. I like that How She Seen You, that song that he came out with. It was a breath of fresh air at the end of the year. Who got something for us this year? Who will take situations into their own hand the first quarter and give us that dope sound, that music that's gonna make you say, yeah, we got it. You know what I'm saying? Let us know, man. Get in the comments, man. Boss Talk 101, man. What a Bosses Talk review.
Yeah, we on Boss Talk TV. Shout out to E. He the reason you see me.